Hello, book lovers. Welcome back to another review. Thank you for tuning in. And let's just get started. So imagine waking up in your tiny apartment, hungover, exhausted, and surrounded by ants. Hundreds of them crawling over your furniture, your food, and your skin. No matter what you do, they just keep coming. This is the disturbing reality at the heart of Tower of Ants by Choi In-ho, a grotesque and unsettling allegory about the horrors of modern life. But what do the ants really represent? Let's find out. So today's book is Tower of Ants, written by Choi In-ho, translated by Kong Yu-jong, with illustrations by Lee Jun-hee. And I've mentioned this series before. This is a little series of books published by Holland called the Modern Korean Short Stories series. Only 7 books were published in this series. They're beautiful little hardback books. They come with photographs or illustrations, a lovely little bookmark, and they also have like an essay, usually have 1 or 2 essays about the story. Anyway, they're fantastic books. They're difficult to get hold of now, but if you can get hold of them, they're absolutely worth getting. So anyway, Choi In-ho is he was regarded as something of a wonderkind, a precocious talent. He was born in 1945 and he died in 2013 at the age of 68. And he'd been suffering from cancer for a while. And he published his first story called Patient Apprentice at the age of 18, and he secured a very significant readership early in his career. And so he wrote some of his early short stories include things such as The Boozer. It's a great title for a story. And apparently he wrote that story in just 2 hours. And some of his early stories are very famous as well. So including The Boozer, we have things like Exemplary Fairy Tale and A Dead Person. And these are sort of satirical depictions of consumerism and the loss of humanity that he saw as accompanying the rapid industrialization of Korea. After the 1970s, his stories were increasingly characterized by alienation caused by social and political oppression. Like I said, he had a very big readership, and several of his books were bestsellers, such as The Homeland of Stars and March of Fools were among his most popular books. He also won lots of the big literary awards here in Korea. 1972, he won the Contemporary Literature Prize. 1982, he won the Isang Literary Prize. And Tower of Ants, do you know what? Let me just check. It was first published. I just want to double check. I think I might have made a little spelling a little typo there. It doesn't have the so I think it was 1963. I think it was 1963. Do you know what? I don't think that's right. I think I've got the date wrong. Do you know what? I'm going to double check that. Because I don't think that's right. Why don't I have... Okay, sorry about that. So I'll double check that. And we'll get back to you on that one. Okay, sorry. So anyway, the English translation was published in 2004, and it's a grotesque allegory about an office worker, an office drone, an advertising company trying to prevent ants from infesting his apartment. So what type of story is Choi telling here? So the story revolves around a single man who works as a copywriter at an advertising agency. At the start of the story, he wakes up with a hangover after a one-night stand. He's under stress at work. He's struggling to come up with a slogan for a soft drink, but he seems to have a kind of mental block. He's having creative problems. He doesn't seem to have much in his life apart from sort of random encounters. He complains about the nature of his work. He drinks too much. His neighbors don't like him. And at the beginning of the story, he discovers that ants have invaded various parts of his small apartment. While he is experiencing difficulties at work, more and more ants invade his apartment, and he struggles to remove them or find a strategy to deal with them. He tries to get rid of them, but they just continue to appear in droves. And at work, he struggles with his advertisement, and at home, he's battling these ants. So, what's Che trying to say about modern life through the copywriter's battle with the ants? So, so through this story of a man battling an ant infestation, Che paints a very bleak picture of modern society. And he draws a parallel with the ant-like existence of many people in sort of modern and modernizing Korea. And he seems to be arguing that humans have lost their individuality and freedom. We live as mere functional components of a massive structure. And like the mindless ants in the man's apartment, who unceasingly search out and gather sweet foods in this uniform and orderly manner, humans rush forward in pursuit of money and pleasure. The man's job at the advertising company also highlights this idea. His job is to identify and stimulate the desire of consumers, making them rush in droves like ants to buy specific products. And it all suggests that human culture might be nothing more than a tower of ants. So, what are some of Che's strengths as a writer? So, he excels at disturbing imagery. So, there's a genuine sense of disgust and horror in the story. Very unsettling idea of your living space becoming infested with ants. So there's lots of surreal and disturbing and disgusting imagery and situations. Very disturbing imagery of ants crawling over a baby's face and just are devouring the body of a dead worm. This type of imagery. And the conclusion also reaches a peak of this sort of horrifying imagery. Very effective and very unsettling. And we also have these illustrations by Lee Jun-hee, and the drawings are, for the most part, sort of minimalist sketches that depict the man's battle with the ants. And the imagery is very effective. So we have ants, crawling over toothpaste or climbing into a pot or swarming over sugar lumps, and it does complement the story very well. So should you read Tower of Ants? Yes. If you love psychological horror and surreal allegories, then this is definitely for you. If you enjoy books that critique modern society in a dark, unsettling way, or if you like dystopian fiction in general, then this is definitely for you. It is a slow building atmospheric horror. So if that sounds like your kind of thing, definitely pick up this. If you're easily disturbed by insect related imagery, then you might want to avoid this one. But if you're looking for a uniquely unsettling and thought provoking book, Tower of Ants is a must read. So, what do you think? Have you read Tower of Ants or any other books that use horror to reflect society? Please feel free to leave a comment. Before we do that, just very quickly, before I wrap this video up, I just want to check the publication year. So hold on one second. Let me just see if I can find out. Let me just see if I can find out quickly. I'm just going to search here for it. Come on, computer. Dun, dun, dun. So, so, yeah, this doesn't tell me either. Come on, Tower events. How annoying. Hold on again. And just wait a minute. One minute. 1 minute. Why can't I find this? Extremely annoying. So, okay, let's see. Why? So sorry, I should have checked this before I started recording. I thought I had it already. South Korean writer, yes. South Korean writer. Does it tell me here? Tower of Ants. No, come off it. Doesn't tell me there. Okay, so. Okay, I'm annoyed that I'm being defeated by this. I'm annoyed that I'm being defeated. So the Korean title is 개미일까. Okay. Okay, so come on, LTI. Let's choose. So I think it was actually the 9. That can't be right. Either. Dun dun dun. So I think it was published in the 90s. Why has it not got anything here? Right. So what was that? Dun dun dun. Choi. Oh, that's the wrong person. Do you know what? I think I'm going to have to. I think I'm just going to have to give up, and I'll put a note in the description. You know what? I can find all of the other, right? Like lots of his other. Another Man's City. It was 2008. Published in 2013. Hold on. Writing. Come on. Dash. How super annoying. All right, I'll put a note in the description. I'm so sorry. Anyway, thank you all for tuning in today, and I'll see you in the next video.